it's so good to be out at just conventions and seeing people again.
Dude, it's been insane. And what blew my mind is like, we came back, I started doing the shows again in April or May, and like everybody came out in droves like today, and then I realized what everybody did during the pandemic. They binged Dragon Ball. That's what they did. They just went through everything. You know, because everybody acted like it was all fresh. I'm like, I haven't seen you guys in like a year. They're like, ah! And I'm like,
they didn't just binge Dragon Ball. They even had enough time to finish One Piece.
One Piece.
So,
a big day, yes.
Yeah,
1,000 episodes.
1,000 episodes.
While I'm not I will say this, while I'm not in One Piece regularly, I think I'm one of the only actors to have worked on the 4Kids One Piece, as well as did Dr. Ingo in the One Piece movie for Funimation.
That is true. Both dubs.
I did both.
So Chris, do you know about the One Piece commitment that goes around on the internet?
I mean, are we married now or something?
No, but honestly, that's what they're saying. So in the dating world of anime, the question is, can you commit to One Piece? And if the answer is no, then you're not a viable candidate.
Swipe left.
Wow.
I don't even understand what this swipe.
Wow, so basically no one with ADHD can be married.
No, not here, not in this world.
Wow, okay. That's a huge commitment. I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
But
well, you gotta.
I don't know. Is that for real? Like, that seems like pretty intense. Like, I think
marriage is intense, though.
Yeah, I guess.
And tell me about it.
And it is cyclical, I suppose. And sometimes you spend a long time doing the same thing over and over again.
So ultimately, One Piece is the ultimate marriage counseling, pre-marriage counseling.
There you go. You heard it here first, because this is the first time I've heard about it.
I think Frankie's making that up.
I am. No, am I making it up, you guys?
Yeah. Do you heard about the Dragon Ball commitment? All you have to do is just watch 7 episodes and you'll want to watch the rest of them. So that's it.
That's it. Once you've seen 7?
They just show you up at your house and they just, tell you you're gonna watch them or else. They send you Vegeta.
If your wife likes Vegeta, she's a keeper.
She's a keeper?
No comment.
So, big question here. Fashion, or what we love to call drip in New York, is like our foundation. Of all the characters you guys play, who do you think is the drippiest? Who do you think is the most?
On Dragon Ball or any show?
Any show. What character design did you see and you're like, this is hot?
I don't know. When I played Rio in Shaman King, he's got the zoot suit kind of, and he's got the pompadour. He's got some good drip, I think. Chris doesn't.
Oh man.
Who has the best drip?
I'm trying to do an archive of all these guys.
Small flex.
Zoro has some sweet. Vegeta only changed his clothes once in the whole series.
He has the Batman shirt though. That's pretty drippy.
That's Yamcha though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Chris has a theory about that.
In your clothes?
See, I've had a theory that the Batman shirt and the yellow pants, those were Yamcha's clothes that he left at Bulma's house.
Oh shit!
I actually have a theory that Yamcha lost Bulma the day he tried to go into the gravity chamber after Vegeta and got stuck.
Yeah.
So.
That whole time he was just laying on the ground and like he could hear Vegeta in the other room.
God damn.
I didn't get clean. Alright. So,
Sorry, it got too deep.
It got real. I think they really felt that way. Do you?
I have a print on my table that some artist had made me like a re-rendering of the dead Yamcha, like down on the ground.
Yes.
And I have like a little speech bubble over top of it, and I get to write whatever I want to. So I can use it to actually make fun of people if they come up or whatever. But sometimes when they don't want anything specific, I'll put, "At least I still have Bulma, right?" And then dun dun dun, right? She's mine, right? Everything's cool. Poor Yamcha.
All right, you guys. It's time for a really serious question.
Oh, serious? All right.
All right. What's your favorite fight in Dragon Ball Z?
Is that a serious question?
You heard the crowd.
Serious? Oh, I guess it's serious. I don't know, favorite fight. I mean, look, I've always been impartial to Vegeta's lost moment of redemption when he's doing the Majin business and Goku's like, "Hey, come on, let's do it right." And he's like, "Nope." He knocks him out and then leaves. I'm stealing the Majin power. That fight up until that point is pretty great.
Man, yeah, the epic battle, the Majin Vegeta and Goku battle was incredible. What do you guys think about that battle in the Broly movie? Was just something.
Yeah, that was pretty. I thought you meant between Goku and Vegeta. You mean period?
Yeah, I mean,
oh, you mean period?
Like into the Dragon Ball Z world.
Oh.
What is the fight that you said? This is history that I'm watching.
Oh, definitely the Broly one. Yeah, definitely. I thought you meant just between Goku and Vegeta. Yeah, the Broly one when Goku is basically effectively, the Loki and Broly's the Hulk and he's got him by the ankles, wrapping him around,
Goku even did a move that, actually, if anybody knows what this is, they'll be in this room so they can explain it. There was a move in that neither Sean nor I could understand. This thing where Goku was able to sort of control Broly, stop
the Jedi Force trick, right? So when the Japanese clients came over from Japan, I asked them at the movie theater, I asked Akio Yoku, and I asked him through a translator, I was like, so is when he holds Broly in the bubble, and I'm doing a big long explanation, it's like the Jedi Force thing, is that like a new, and I explain all this, and it's like, no, and is that a new power? And he goes, yes. And that was it. That's all I got. It's a new power, and that was all I got. I got no other explanation. So I love that part.
My favorite part about the Broly movie is that it affirmed that no matter what the circumstances, Bulma will pull up, and she will be there, and she will supply.
She will.
And she, all these years, she hasn't learned Kung Fu. Why hasn't Vegeta taught her?
He did.
You didn't teach her martial arts? Does Bulma do martial arts now?
No. Chi-Chi was a martial artist.
Chi-Chi's a martial artist, yes.
Yeah, and she's never out. She stays home.
She stays at home with her dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think Bulma needs to. I don't think she has any interest in it. I think that's why Vegeta likes her so much. She's not in her business. She's not in his business.
She's not.
It's the same business.
Yeah. She's a great networker because, how would they train with Beerus?
But she's got the crack, which is her cooking.
Yeah.
For Beerus.
And the money helps the luxury.
Yeah, the money. She's got the money and food is what she got, and gadgets.
Meanwhile, and I find this really funny. If you guys are watching Super again, pay attention because every time they cut to Yamcha, sorry, I keep going back to Yamcha. He's really funny to me. Poor Yamcha. They cut back to his apartment. When he's waiting to see if he's going to be in the crew or whatever.
It's the saddest scene.
He's just literally has an empty apartment with a table with one chair, and it's got a single pot of plant on it, and he's got cracks in the walls. He's got the whole penthouse, which is fine. Whoops, lost my collection. He's got the whole penthouse, which is cool, except he's got nothing in it except a cat who. Another theory of mine, I believe that only Yamcha can hear Poir talk. To everyone else, it's just a cat that Yamcha brings everywhere with them, and they're just nice to him. Sure, Poir's nice. I gotta go help Poir. Okay, you do your thing. But which is different than Tien Shinhan, who I actually believe, no one can see Chaozu at all.
No one can see Chaozu?
Yeah, they just think Tien's crazy. They're Chaozu's in trouble. Hey, you go do you, man.
What's a Chaozu?
Yeah. Who's Chaozu again? Chaozu.
I don't know. You keep mumbling on about Chaozu or something. I don't know. I like it when Goku's tripping that Krillin's married to a robot and doesn't fathom procreation within that context. You know what I mean? She's a robot. He doesn't get it. I love that.
That's always the joke that Krillin had the opportunity to make any wish he wanted. And he, got his girlfriend to get an upgrade.
That's right. That's right.
Who wouldn't wish for the bomb inside of their girlfriend to be gone,
I don't know. If you're getting married, maybe you could threaten that later, right?
I think Krillin and 17 need their own, or 18, sorry. I get the numbers confused. Need their own sitcom, for sure. Because that whole relationship is funny, Kind of everybody loves Raymond, but it's everybody loves Krillin, And Android 18 wears the pants in the family, but Krillin's still acting like a badass, but really she's way more powerful,
I always saw them more like King of Queens.
Oh yeah, that would work also. That would also work.
Yeah.
This has turned into a what if panel. What if?
There's a lot of
we ran out of ideas
going on here. Are you guys also big into comics? Or-
Into comics, in full disclosure, I own part of a comic publishing company, but I'm not necessarily into comics, but I'm getting into them.
Yeah.
I was into them as a kid, and then when I started reading them again as an adult, it became problematic to me because everything's in all caps, and so everything's like yelled at me, like the font, and then the writers will bold words as an actor I wouldn't say. I go, he might not say that word that way, and then I just can't read them, but I'm starting to.
Why don't you tell people about your comic book publishing?
Oh, I know. If you guys are
Cool
familiar.
stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's really cool. I'm part of Source Point Press and Oxide Media, and we do Warcorns and Franklin and Ghost and a bunch of other board games and stuff, and we have a bunch of other exciting stuff coming out. And I'm just working above the line trying to develop different properties into different animations and different...
Warcorns looks really fun.
Warcorns is insane. It's about 4 battle unicorns that go into battle, and they have guns and they eat crayons, and they have crayons and the horns come out of their heads, and then they go into battle and fight forces of evil throughout the galaxy as kind of like 4 horses with guns. I'm not describing Garrett's story to.
Well, we've also been working together on an animated feature that's kind of got stalled because of COVID, but Franklin and Ghost is...
Oh yeah, we're working. Franklin and Ghost is another property we're doing with myself, Chris Sabat, Veronica Taylor, and Billy Bob Thornton. And we've already recorded some animation for that, and that's that Chris is playing the main bad guy. It's called General Badguy, it's basically General Bad Guy is what his name is, but it's spelled Bad Guy, but it's pronounced Badguy or something.
Yeah.
And I play Franklin, which is like a Fox character, and then Billy Bob Thornton plays Ghost, and we're escaping being slaves from this overlord who he plays, and then the Warcorns are sent to go hunt and take them back, and it's a very complicated story.
I'm very excited to see what's going to come of it, because it's...
Oh, it's very exciting, yeah. And we have another property called Good Boy out. I don't know if you've seen this, but it was huge. It was at New York Comic Con, and it's basically the story of John Wick if the dog had a gun and is doing revenge. And that's been published already, and it's been selling like crazy. And even the John Wick folks have gotten wind of it, and they're kind of curious about it and interested in it. So Garrett's on a roll here with all his stories, and I'm just happy to support him in that as a producer or whatever.
When you guys are recording in the studio, do you go home and take some of that character with you? Like, I know when I watch any of your shows, my favorite character, I'm just moving like them for the rest of the week until the next show. So do you ever find yourself like acting like any of the characters?
I mean, I'm physically exhausted and angry after Vegeta sessions. I'm not kidding. Like, people know when I've recorded Vegeta, because that character just hurts.
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky that Vegeta is a character who's always angry, because I'm generally frustrated when I have to voice him, because every sound that comes out of his mouth is painful to me. So when I leave, especially after screaming sessions, it was like, how you doing, Chris? I'm fine. Don't want to talk about it like you've been recording Vegeta, haven't you? But yeah, I have been.
I'm just exhausted. I don't know if it's so much Goku as I'm just exhausted from the physicality of it. Like, I want to sleep. It's extremely, it feels like you stick your finger in a light socket the whole time, So I guess I'm a little, if I get bent out of shape in my dog or whatever, I'm like, ah! And then suddenly Goku. And she knows when I'm upset. She'll walk over and like tap me. She'll go, "Are you okay, Dad?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry." And she'll apologize to me too if she messes up. She'll like one time I was having some gut pain. She stepped in my gut. I was like, "Ow!" And then she walked past me, turned around, and went, "Oh, I'm sorry." She's amazing. But yeah, she's a really sweet doggy.
I love it. I totally forgot my question.
Oh, are we gonna take?
I blew it. You started it and you were like, "Don't you blow this, Frankie."
I know. Right before she walked out, I'm like, "Don't blow it, Frankie."
He said it in his Vegeta voice too, so I could be extra, extra intimidated. Okay, well, since you've been here, how does it feel just different, like being on stage again together?
Well, I guess it's weird because it also the question reminds me, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention this, that Chris and I have been together on the show for 20 years, and we've become very, very good friends. And as everyone knows, we lost the legendary Chris Ayres the other day, which was really hard on the rest of us. And when I say the other day, I mean like 3 or 4 weeks ago. But we lost him, and Chris and I were talking about my favorite tour as a family was the Resurrection F tour, because it was me, Chris Ayres, and Chris. And to me, I threw everything I had at all 3 of those movies, and Chris managed to come in and on oxygen tanks outact all of us. Like, he just came in and, "How the spell you does it?" Or however he does it, you know what I mean? I can't do that voice, but he was just unbelievable. And you were there for those sessions, right?
Oh yeah, he was just absolutely amazing, Frieza. We did as much as we could when we could, and he took breaks, but he just would never quit. In fact, that guy, Chris, lived way longer than anyone with a condition would have. Because Chris ultimately passed of a condition called take everything out of your body and try and put it back in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Condition.
He went through a lot, and I realized, one of the things that I learned about his last days through Crystal, et cetera, and the things he was, struggling to do, and he never gave up. And I realized at that moment that he got the Dragon Ball message from Goku right. He never gave up, and then I realized Chris Ayres is my own personal Goku. And I mean, it was really inspiring to me. And then I realized, wait a second, Frieza is my own personal Goku. And the best part about that tour is Chris, he's such an infectiously positive person and such a delight to be around. And Chris and I were mildly annoyed with on every single autograph we signed on the Resurrection of Trading that. To center, love and laughter always. Chris, and we're like, the line, and then we thought it was funny that Frieza's wishing everyone love and laughter always. And we were cracking up that the evil villain is writing that. And now I get it. I get why his attitude was that way. And it's had a profound effect on all of us. And so I just wanted to, say a shout out to him. And I think the thing I realized about this is that when we lost him as a voice actor, particularly on this show, it may not be true for all shows, but there's a certain level of intertwining of your voices and a certain level of spiritual intertwining that occurs. And so it's, even if you're not recording together, your voices live in this space together, so they're kind of married. And it had such a profound effect on me when he passed, and that was when I realized that I'm just losing my speech here, so sorry, I'm a little bit clamped, but I just couldn't do that show without him. You know what I mean? Like if I had to do a scene, I mean, I would be fine with Damon Mills, but I'm saying like, you know what I mean? It's
you feel like you lost a family member.
Yeah, and Chris and I didn't talk all the time. When we did, it was long and deep, so it hit me a lot harder than I realized it was going to. And I'm just really grateful for all the love and laughter. Honestly, I really am. So this is for Chris Ayres today, and I know he loved all of you. And cheers to
New York loves Chris Ayres, and the Frieza character, which I think is one of the best villains, just period in anime. But the New York joke is that Frieza is from Harlem, and because of the way he moves, he's very much like Dipset. So just one more honoring, just to honor Chris Ayres. Could you guys tell us your favorite villainous moment of Frieza? I can start once again for that Broly movie, which was incredible, when he kills Broly's dad, and then it's like, look what they did.
Oh yeah,
It's just the dirtiest thing I've ever seen. And then he got beat up for 30 minutes while you two figured out what you guys were doing.
That was great.
Oh, that was a choice moment. I actually loved another moment in that too, and it wasn't really villainous. It was just a perfect writing moment where you were comparing. There was this comparison between Bulma and then realizing that Bulma makes little wishes on the Dragon Balls to make herself a little bit younger.
Oh yes.
Well, Frieza's literally trying to make himself a little bit taller each time, and neither of them want to go too much, or everyone will notice.
I was thinking that episode of Seinfeld where they were heightening, and they were putting heightening in their feet, and Jerry Seinfeld's like, "Are you heightening?" And I'm like, "Frieza's heightening."
Yeah.
Oh, what a wonderful experience. I think the moments for me was just when I wasn't necessarily the biggest Frieza fan as a character, that's just my own personal predilections, or was I a big Gogeta fan until the Broly movie, and then I'm like, it just took it to a whole new level, and he made me just really love and fall in love with the character again, so, especially when he's down in hell and it's all cutesy pie, and it's all the cute bee, and he's being tortured by all the cuteness.
Yes, his own personal hell.
It's all cute, and I loved it.
Do you know what part I remember is, you remember when Frieza cut Krillin, when you killed Krillin? How can you not remember that? Because they cut flashback to it 800 times in the series. Anytime Goku was having a good moment, it would flash back to him again. Oh yeah, she killed Krillin.
I think the Namek saga is one of the most iconic saga, and just the dread of everyone trying to get the Dragon Balls at once. And when that scene did happen, it was on Toonami when I watched it, and I remember just the fear, just how scary it was, because I had never seen something so graphic, and just how it pushed Goku to the next level, and for him to achieve something that was...
It's funny, because you mentioned the next level. The weird thing about that when you're doing that vocally is when you start on the show, you have no idea. And especially because Super hadn't been made yet, I think Z was done by the time we started working on it. But I don't have any idea to what end level Goku is going to go to. So you're going higher and louder, and you're trying to go and match the animation, and then go further, and then you go further, and then you're thinking, can I go any further, right? And Chris would be like, you did a scream in there that sounded like I would just lose control and just like, ah! And I'm like, I don't know where else to go, you know what I mean? And so you just have to kind of pull it out and figure out what you're gonna do. So that's why I was so glad when Ultra Instinct showed up. I'm like, oh yeah, he's cool. He's not having a scream anymore. He's just so cool. He barely thinks or says anything. Like, barely does anything. He just a few noises here. Those Ultra Instinct sessions were quite easy, actually. It's almost as easy as my Snake Eyes sessions for 4 kids. When that's a funny story, because I was in G.I. Joe as Firefly, and then they cast me as Snake Eyes as a joke because Snake Eyes has no lines. And so they put me in the credits at 4 kids as Sean Schemmel Snake Eyes. And I'm like, I don't remember playing that part. And I called the director, he's like, you don't have any lines. So then when this new live action movie came out, I'm like, how are they gonna do this movie if this guy's got no lines? Like, Snake Eyes doesn't talk. So they're gonna do this whole live action movie and Snake Eyes isn't gonna say anything? Sorry, I didn't go on a Snake Eyes tangent, but sorry about that, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. That's my nickname. I asked her backstage, I go, when you go to Hollywood, are you Frankie Goes to Hollywood? She's like, yes, I am. It's an old 80s reference. Sorry, I'm very old now. In fact, I turned 53 tomorrow, thank you very much. And my mother turns 73. My mother's precisely 20 years older than me to the day.
Well,
I was born on her 20th birthday, so happy birthday to my mother, Maureen.
Now that you said that it's your birthday, we have to embarrass you.
Oh, I won't be embarrassed. I'll just soak it in. No, I'm kidding.
Has to sing a quick happy birthday, yeah?
No, I'm gonna hide under the table. Oh, yes. You guys do that, I'm gonna go under the table.
And we'll do the Stevie Wonder, you guys. Yeah, really quick, one verse. Are you ready?
You're gonna sing a Stevie Wonder? Is that what you said?
The Stevie Wonder happy birthday?
Oh, that version, okay.
Yeah. So
I would love to hear that, yeah.
Yeah, okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Happy birthday to ya. Where's the claps? Yeah, birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya.
Is this a New York thing? This is great.
One more. Happy birthday. Slow it down. Here we go. Birthday. Last one.
Know this.
Happy birthday.
Aww.
Yeah.
You guys are great. That's wonderful. I've never had that sung to me before.